with no way to hold my head. That didn't hurt. And the beer I had for breakfast wasn't bad, so I had one more for dessert. Then I fumbled in my closet through my clothes and found my cleanest dirty shirt. And then I popped that spring. Oh, hey, Red King's here. Siege of Melon, Extortion Clan, Zeke Tendo Pokestuff, money in my mind. Cesaro, Fighter X Skull, Kate DeBlaze Callum. Oh, I went too fast. Mr. Fireball, just a dice, Jay. Wolverine Min, still a fast chair. Excuse me. Wow, looks like notifications really went out today. What the hell? Licks and Natty, Richard Evans, Noel. That's got to be among the most notifications we've had go out in a while. This is how you guys have been with us a while. No, this is how it used to be. You know, you would start the stream and then boom, you'd immediately have the chat scrolling, not the little dribbles and pew, pew, pew. I just like saying pew, pew, pew. NP Gamer, you're asking me how to get pussy? Are you looking at this face? Susan finally did her job. Yeah, Shudokage, what's up with that? Must be an act. I don't think she did it on purpose. Can you make water wetter? Yes. I'd get into all the science, scientific reasons why, but I don't want to talk over you guys' head or anything. Saw says, I'm tripping balls. Hi. I will say this. I've mentioned this on a number of occasions. Over the years, some of my very favorite posts, comments, whatever, interactions with the channel or the Goosh have been those that have been self-described as drunken or high or both. Callum, he's good. He's sitting right here. He's playing, what? I think he's playing COD.
Nope.
No, what is it?
Counter-Strike.
Oh, Counter-Strike. Okay, I knew it was a shooter. He's playing Counter-Strike. NB Gamer says, you don't know how to get puss? Then tell me how to get dick. Still, got this face. This is my barrier against getting any type of quality attention. At my age, I can't afford to be picky. I just can't get any. Chicken Man says, Curtis, can you watch the Astartes? Is that how you pronounce that? Astartes series? Probably not. There's no more time in my day for any more videos. And to be perfectly honest with you, we've got a list of things that people have requested and continually request that would have to come before something, that I hadn't heard of prior. Saw says, yeah, I'm in another dimension. You have no idea. Saw is not only high, he's living an entirely alternate universe. I mean, he's gone golden on us. Oh shit. Okay, Dirty Sanchez says, I love that icon pic. Okay, look, man, I love your vids, but bro, I need you to react to some more Saikage vids. My recommendation, Obito versus the 5 Kage or whatever you want from him. Stay dirty, my friend. It's just a matter of time, just like all the other things. It's not like I stay away from swag. I certainly have been wanting to do more Devil Artemis videos and haven't had time. I'm trying to get all these Dragon Ball Super videos up while I know that we can, and because that seems to be at the YouTube channel, it definitely seems to be the content of choice of you guys is direct anime reactions, and we finally found a way, it seems, to be able to do them at least with Dragon Ball. So I'm trying to stay with those, but that with the other stuff I do, and with having a really heavy load this month of Gusha 100 videos, there's just not really time to put up a second video during the day on the YouTube channel. There might be as we go forward, and then, that'll be right back to Devil Artemis. I got a bunch of Brandon videos I want to watch. I haven't even checked in with our RDC World 1 pals in a while, and then, of course, Swag Kage as well. I'm a big fan of Swags. I think his videos are brilliant. Arthur, are you ever ashamed of us? No. Honest, and I've always told you, outside of me making jokes, when you guys ask a question, I'll answer all of them. Honestly, no. Why would I be ashamed of you guys? No matter, you guys know how I conduct myself. I'm going to be ashamed of you. That'd be hypocritical. Wolverine says, "Motion to change Brax's name to Spaz Cumstain." I think he would put up a veto on that. I'm gonna say, Curtis, Flame Enforcer. If you were Curtis, if you were auctioned off in one piece, how much would you cost? I know their dollars are berries. What are their change? Whatever the One Piece universe equivalent is to about 37 cents, I would say. Son plays a shooter every parent is playing COD. Well, to be honest, Degas, I've got the latest COD, but I played it so little I don't know the maps. So when I looked over, I couldn't I couldn't immediately identify what type of map that was. I played just a little bit of it. I want to play more. You guys know it. As bad as I am, I love shooters, but I don't have the maps memorized at all, so I wasn't sure what he was playing. Do I know about the Sacred Ointment? I know about a Sacred Ointment. Are we talking about the same one? Mine's not really sacred. Mine's kind of cheesy and cheap. I like these questions though. These are good questions. Das bro, can we hear the story again when you did give head to Mexican balls? No homo. I don't know. We can put it up to a vote. I don't know how many people have heard it. Hold. I'll ask everybody, Das bro, and we'll just see what people say. I'll tell you what the basic idea of that story is and see if people want to hear it. Shade dancing to all. You ever see Little Carbo's Jump Force dialogue? If not, we do a vid on it. No, I haven't. Oh, he did voiceover dialogue for Jump Force. That's kind of funny. Little Currybo's talented. Will I do a vid on it? Not anytime soon. Whatever reaction video it is, as I was saying earlier, it's just a matter of time. And I've got a whole bunch of stuff lined up that I want to catch up on. So would I ever do a video on it? It's quite possible. It just wouldn't be anytime soon. Dirty Sanchez says, "That's right. I forgot you haven't been watching Devil Artemis as well." Yeah, I'm good old Da. He's so goddamn funny. What a good dude. Yeah, whenever you get to it, man. Either way, I'll be watching. Have an absolutely dirty day. Well, thank you, Sanchez. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. What we were talking about earlier is the story of a fight I got into when I lived out in California with 4 Mexican guys. That ended with a fairly substantial nut shot. Now, it's probably, a several-minute story. You guys tell me yes or no. Do you want to hear that story? And I'll tell it again if there's enough yeses. A lot of people may have heard it and not be interested in hearing it again, but I'll watch the chat. Yes if you want to hear it, no if you don't. Do you ever feel burnout on reactions? Not so far, Arthur. Not so far. But, again, I think that's because I have you guys picking stuff out for me. And so towards that end, I haven't watched anything that I haven't liked. Plus, I am really easy. I'm easy to please. But that notwithstanding, the stuff I've been watching has been my favorite stuff I've ever seen. So, let's see. No, yes. No, yes, no. and of course, it'll be split right down the middle. Yes, please, I love it. Fuck yeah, I want to hear it. Yes, say yes or no once enough. Yes. How are you? Did you enjoy Mononoke? Mononoke was really good. I did like that, McShork. It was really cute. Hell yes, no, yes, yes. Did I get arrested? Well, that's sketchy. I kind of went through that the other day. Been in trouble, been arrested, not really in jail though. So it's divining line. Okay, I'll tell you the story as quickly as I can. As many years ago, I lived out in California. There seemed to be more yeses than nos. I lived out in California back when I was way into boxing, before I even started wrestling. And one night I was coming home, walking home from, I don't know where the hell I'd been, but I cut right through where the gym was that I used to work out at. And now the gym had woods out in the back of it on either side, and you would cut through the area next to the gym to go down to another street to get home. Anyway, as I'm walking through there, I see off to my right, there's a couple Mexican guys over in the bushes, and they're getting high. I could see them flaming up and stuff. I wasn't paying any attention to them, and one of them yells, "Hey, motherfucker!" So I heard that, and being the super witty person that I am, I said, "Well, keep your mother off the street, and I won't fuck her." because that's really funny. And turns out there was 4 of them in there, and they apparently didn't like that because they came out and they started to beat me up. So we get into a fight and we're boom boom jacking it up, and 4-on-1 just too many. I got in some pretty good shots first, but too many. Got knocked down. So at one point I was taking a pretty good beat and I was trying to cover up because I was on the ground. They wouldn't let me get back up. And that's why I still have a separated rib, because the one guy was a goddamn football player or something, or a field goal kicker, because he kept kicking me in the ribs, separated my ribs. Still, it's never going to not bother me. It got all fucked up. But anyway, so I was down on the ground, and the beating's coming in, and they're all high and fucked up and everything. And I'm trying to figure out what my next move is going to be here, and all of a sudden the beating stops. And I looked up for just a second to see what the hell's going on, and they're just being stupid, and they're laughing. And the guy was like the ringleader, and they were all substantially smaller than me, but the guy that was the ringleader was standing right directly over me. And he's saying something to me in Spanish. I don't know what it was, but I looked up and I saw that, and I was like, yeah, bingo. This is the old days when I was in good shape. I shot up off the ground as quick as I could and drove my head into his nuts. I mean, it was a good one, because I got him solid with the back of my head, and I have a giant head anyway. Hit him right in the nuts so hard, it actually hurt my head. I mean, it hurt the contact. Lifted him up off the ground. He went, boom. It was on a little bit of a side of a hill. And I remember he hit the ground, and he went, and he was making these horrible noises, and his eyes rolled right into the back of his head. And so now I turn around, and I'm ready, because I figure, the fight's coming with the other 3. We're going to re-engage here. And right as all this happened, we heard sirens. Now, I don't think they couldn't have been coming for us. It all happened too fast. Nobody's there to see us. And even if they were, if somebody's walking down the street down below and saw us, wasn't enough time for the cops to get there. And I doubt they would have come with sirens. But anyway, it was just a coincidence. You hear the sirens. Those scumbags took off and ran off on their buddy. Now, I don't know if this guy's dying, dead. Well, no, he wasn't dead, because he was still doing that thing in the ground, and his eyes were in the back of his head. But I was like, well, I ain't fucking... When the cops do get here, I ain't being the one to hang out and have a chat about it. So I continued on and went home. But yeah, it was a great... Headbutt's always been my favorite go-to move in a street fight. That might be my favorite one of all time, because it was not often you get to headbutt somebody in the nuts, and it was solid. I mean, it hit hard and it lifted him off the ground. Oh, it was pretty cool. Dynamic Kirby. Dynamic Kirby. What the fuck? Dynamic Kirby. That was an interesting rendition. You're a cool guy. Super funny too. Be safe in these tough times. Well, thank you, my friend. You too. All of you guys. Was one of the Mexicans named Corn Pop? I should have found out, Arthur. I could have had something in common with a presidential candidate. You're right. I wish I'd have known. This story is so interesting, Saw says. Remember how high you are, though, too, high. How high you are, too, Saw. It might not be as interesting as you think. Police, your friend and savior. They came in handy that time, yeah. Because it was still going to be 3-on-1, Jonathan. But like I said, there's no... Adam says, who hasn't fought a bunch of Mexicans? Yeah, it was still going to be 3-on-1, so... Although they were pretty fucked up. The only reason I got in as many shots as I did is either they couldn't fight, or they were just so fucked up that their depth perception and everything was messed up, because they were terrible fighters. Like I say, I got some nice shots in even prior to that, but they just overwhelmed me. Ivan, you know what's great about having sex with 28-year-olds? There's 20 of them. Boom. Oh, no problem, Das, bro. Robert E.O. Speedwagon, have you met any famous boxers? Famous boxers? Not really. Gosh, the guy who trained me, I mean, you guys wouldn't know his name, it's too far back. The guy who used to train me at that gym in California, his name was George Duke. And I just recently found out that they named that gym after him now. It used to be the local boys club, and now it's the George Duke Memorial Rec Center or something like that. And I just found that out. But his name was George Duke. He was a highly ranked heavyweight back in the 40s or 50s. Great guy, too. Used to bust my balls terrible, but great guy. But not boxers, not... I can't think of any boxers that I met that, super famous. Lots of famous wrestlers, of course. A few other famous athletes. My wife yells at me because every time I have she says every time. It's not every time. most most every time I have a celebrity encounter, it ends up being what you'd expect from me, douchebag. Like the whole thing with what's his name there from Baywatch, David Hasselhoff, the David Hasselhoff thing, and the Bobby Knight thing. I'm kind of a douchebag, I guess. Wolverine says you should find them all, call ICE, deport them. Tough find now. I'm trying to think, Wolverine. I think I would have been 17 around there at the time of that fight, so 41 years ago. Wow. God damn, that's depressing. How long ago that was. Holy shit. Dangling! Good to see you again, pal. Look up Funimation audio leaks. You'll then find out about Kami asking Popo to grab the sacred ointment. Oh, okay. I can open it up in another page. I can't do any of that stuff during streams. Let's see. Because we let these go live to the channel now, so I can't take any chances. Funimation. Oh, there's a bunch of them, though. There's one that says compilation of the Funimation audio leaks. Yeah, I can leave that open, and I'll see the pages open so I can take a look at it after the stream, Dangling. Let's see. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Super chat. Again, Anime God, it's whatever the suggestion for reactions is. There's just I don't have time to do any further reactions than what I'm doing right now. How long did I box? Just started gym last week. Oh gosh, I started training. First guy ever took me under his wing, worked with me. I was 14 or 15. When I was in California is when I actually boxed, in more organized PAL, they called it, the Police Athletic League. I used to, they called it CalPAL, California Police Athletic League. I fought CalPAL fights, and then as I got a little older, I fought sometimes in underground fights in outside of Sacramento. There's no official records on those, though. You can make some money without going through all the rigmarole of actually becoming a professional fighter, though. Johnny Bravocado said, Aunt lost her wedding ring in my mom. What do I do? Jesus Christ, Johnny. What the hell did you come up with that? You guys catch me off guard every once in a while. Saw says, been really enjoying your Code Geass reactions. What were your expectations? I didn't have a lot of expectation there, Saw, because I really didn't, with all the conversation we had about Geass, I really didn't know much about it other than the little bits I remember from the abridged. The thing that surprised me the most, I didn't realize it was this, and not that it's, I wouldn't call it a mecha series, but that it's that mecha oriented. I didn't realize there was going to be that much of a mecha element in it, and I kind of like it. I like Lance a lot. That's a badass mecha right there. So I can't say that I had expectations going in, but that's the most surprising thing about it to me so far. That and to be fair, the depth and gravity of the baseline story, which is, the intensity of these Britannians keeping down the Japanese. I refuse to call them the 11. But yeah, that's the stuff that's been the most surprising to me. Who's my favorite boxer? Well, you got to remember how old I am, Callum. But when I was a kid, Joe Frazier was one of my heroes. George Foreman, when I was a kid, made me cry because he beat up Joe Frazier so badly. Oh, excuse me. Adam says, who's punching boys in the groin and why am I not making money off this? Oh, did I miss a super chat, Morgan? I apologize. Hold on. Let me... Good guess. Unless they've been going quick, I got to make sure I'm scrolling up far enough. I will definitely find it. Let's see, Morgan. Ivan. Story so interesting. What was on the Mexican name? Corn Pop. That's. I don't see. Did it go through? Morgan, are you sure? Hold on. Let me look at the my master list here. The master race. The master list. For Morgan. I don't think it went. Oh, there it is. Why the hell is it showing up here? It was right after Arthur Burnett. I apologize, Morgan. I don't know how I missed that. Curtis, any Easter plans tomorrow? Not really, because because of the we've made up Easter baskets for my grandkids, and we always do a little something for Brax too. And we'll get them over to them, but no big plans. My wife, you guys know, my wife's old school Italian, and the sauce she makes is just ridiculous, and it's one of Braxton's favorite things in the world. So she's gonna make sauce tomorrow. We'll have a big dinner of that, but with everybody being locked down, no big plans. Nothing like we usually would, with having family over and everything, unfortunately. But it is what it is with the times what they are, I guess. But yeah, we'll have a good time though. We'll have fun with it. I wish I could share it with you guys. That's something, and I mean that sincerely. I wish I could share some of my wife's sauce with all you guys so you could try. She is old school Italian when it comes to that stuff. It's good. About that Luffy punch, has how long been surpassed? Well, I mean, as far as most hated, I wouldn't say surpassed yet, but we're not done yet with the dragons there. They're pretty close. It's gotten pretty close. There's just as vile, disgusting, and obnoxious as the celestial dragons are, and they are. There's something about that scene where Arlong pulls out that gun, and I mean, even visualizing it now still disturbs me. That is right up there with Shao Tucker for disturbance level for me. It just hit me right in the nuts, like a Mexican guy getting headbutted in a park. Sigmund says, talking boxers, then I want to praise Emmanuel Augustus. Emmanuel Augustus. I don't remember that name. Sigmund, I'll look it up quick, because I'm fairly decent with boxing knowledge. Emmanuel Augustus is an American farmer out of Brownsville, Texas, known as the Drunken Master. Oh, I remember him. Okay, I do remember. I don't know him well, but I remember who he was. Now I see him. Entertaining boxing style. Yeah, he was. Yes, I do remember him. I didn't remember that. I'm disappointed. Usually I'm good about remembering names of things like that, of famous athletes and stuff. But yes, I do remember him. Curtis, during the Frazier Foreman fight, stop it, he's already dead. Oh, whispers. Well, the thing was, Joe Frazier always said that death is preferable to surrender, and he wouldn't quit. I mean, when he didn't answer the bell in the Ali fight for the 15th round, it was because they basically forced him to stay in the corner. Frazier was, and he proved that in the Foreman fight. Foreman was just, for those who don't know, I mean, George Foreman knocked Frazier down. What did it last, guys? Under 3 rounds? 9 times. Just kept pummeling him. And Frazier would not stay on the ground. I had her sauce. Oh, you mean the one on food? Wolverine. Let's see. Let's see. Anime Guy says, can you give me a shout out? I mean, whenever you can, maybe not in this video, maybe in a future video. Can you please give me a shout? I just shouted you out right here. I just said Anime God. that is shouted out. Big experience, he got grilled. Hiroof time? How long did you wrestle before retiring from it? Well, I started in New Mexico, would have been 1980. When I first went up, I lived in Roswell. I went up to Albuquerque to work out with, I still remember, Jack Luce was the promoter's name, to work out with those guys. And then I wrestled on and off, wherever I could, wherever there was indie activity to be had. And the most recent match I had would have been about 5 years ago, I think. I'm trying to remember what the last one was. I think it was the Amsterdam show, maybe. Yeah, I think it would have been the Amsterdam show. Yeah, so about 5 years, maybe more. But do I know for sure I'll never step in the ring once more? No, I don't know that I won't. Jack Queen, give me a shout out. I want 66 strangers to forget my fake name. And Chrome says, honestly, the Celestial Dragons are too Dick Dastardly, mustache twirling evil for me to take them seriously. Arlong and other villains like Crocodile are more entertaining to me. They're more developed. I agree with that. I mean, I do hate the Celestial Dragons, though. That you're right about it being too, or I wouldn't say for me too over the top, but about it being over the top because they did make me hate them. But you're right, the grittiness and the pure, unadulterated villainy, and I just don't have words to describe how much I hate Arlong. I just that scene will just stays with me with him firing that shot. I can visual it just like it was yesterday. Yeah. It was, oh, and Chrome. I don't know if you saw. I don't know if you've been over at the Goosh, but Cardcaptor Sakura just posted. There's a lot more to the Celestial Dragons. I'm sure. I'm hoping there actually is. I'd like to even see more about them. And who knows? Again, I never say never. They could end up passing him, but not for right now. What is the scariest moment in my wrestling career? That's a good question, Sean. Scariest moment for me? I don't. I was having so much fun wrestling, and even when I was doing something stupid, I just loved that business. I don't remember being scared. I know what you're saying, something going amiss that really scared me, or I never got scared. I think because it happens so often. Like a lot of guys will tell you that the first time they bled the hard way, or they had a serious bleeding out hard way, which hard way means you're bleeding and it wasn't on purpose. It was due to what happened in a match. I've had so much blood loss during matches that I literally had to be helped to the back. But I can honestly say I didn't get scared. I don't think I had a scariest moment. See, I never had anything grisly happen to me. You know, like if I'd had a Psycho Sid leg break or something, I would say, okay, that was it. When I saw the bone pop out the skin, that was it. But I can't think. If I think of one, I'll say it during the stream, Sean. But I can't think of an actual scariest moment. I really can't. Oh, good question, Morgan. Choice of lunch meat. I'm partial to corned beef. Corned beef is something I really have to be in the mood for. I'll eat it once in a while. My father, on the other hand, loved it. It was one of his favorite things. This is not going to surprise any of you. I like bologna. Any kind of rat ass food, I like. I remember when I lived in New Mexico, we went on a tour. There was a meat packing plant. And during the tour, they showed you how the hot dogs were made. And they did it mainly to gross you out. And, you know, because the hot dogs were made, I don't know if they still are, I assume they are, were made from basically the remnants. They were made from pigs' assholes and shit. Like, whatever was left over was tossed in the hot dogs. And they would show it to you, like, and people were like, ooh, and I went just to prove that they couldn't tell me what to do. I had hot dogs that night, and I ate like 4 of them. So, I like garbage food. But as far as lunch meats, if not bologna, that's the one I'll eat the most. If it's a good sliced turkey, probably that. I like a good sliced turkey. There's a lot of lunch meats I'll eat, even though my tastes are limited. But as far as favorites, bologna, and then, like I said, a good sliced turkey. Let's see. Arthur, have you ever struggled with mental health? That's a tough one to answer. I think we all have at some, in some form or another. For me, and I almost hesitate to say this because I don't want to give anybody the wrong impression. I'm not advising this to anybody, or I'm certainly not trying to demean anybody who can't do this. But I've had a strong enough standpoint mentally that when something gets me down, I can usually take myself out of it. No matter what's been going on, if I can actually rationalize most mental issues away. If I'm being depressed because this went wrong or that went wrong, and I look at it and I say, you know what? Really, in the grand scheme of things, what does it mean? And into the bigger picture, I've always said the fact that we're alive and we exist on this planet, and I'm not somebody who has religious beliefs, is such a ridiculously beating of the odds. There's no way this life should have happened. It was one in, I'd say one in billions, but billions aren't a big enough word. It's one in a number that is too, may not have even, probably doesn't even have a designation yet. So given that, I just don't want to spend a lot of my time bummed out. And that's just my choice. I know that not everybody feels like they can just do that. They can't just lift themselves out of it. And I understand that. But for me, I don't want that. Now, the only things I could think of, if I were to lose somebody, I mean, I've lost my father, I've lost family members, but not to demean it, but it's part of life. That's what goes on. If I were to lose my son, something that I don't expect to deal with in my life, I don't know how I deal with that. But to this point, that's my way of looking at things. Life is short enough that I don't want to spend a lot of time being depressed or just not having fun. Life is all about looking for the next fun adventure for me. Hero of Time. Any advice to an aspiring wrestler? Yeah, if you're even thinking about getting into it, just make sure you love it. And I mean, love it with an absolute passion. Make sure that you want to do it so bad that you will feel like you've cheated yourself out of life if you don't do it, because otherwise you won't stay in it. The pain is going to be extreme. And I say it's going to be extreme because it's going to be constant. If you wrestle anything of a regular schedule at all, you will be in pain all the time. Your body will always hurt, but it won't matter because you're getting to do something that's that important to you and that you want to do that bad. As far as aspiring wrestlers, when you're first getting into it, that's the first thing I tell everybody. I would tell them that when I used to teach in the wrestling school and everything, I'd tell them exactly that. If this isn't something that you want passionately and there's no way anybody could ever talk you out of it, if that's not the case, leave, because you're not going to stick with this. And you're probably better off for it. Dalton says, I appreciate you doing all this. Thank you. Well, thank you, Dalton. I appreciate that. So a good record is 201 fights. Am I reading this right? 16 knockouts and no losses. Because if you're 201-0, I'd say that's a pretty good freaking record. Prasanna, Curtis, just why? Just why what, Prasanna? I'm not sure what you're asking. Anything you truly fear, like a fear that always comes back to your head when you're about to do that thing. The only real fear, I thought about this before, Lucas, the only real fear I have is something bad happening to my family. The best way I can describe it is you go back to the wrestling stuff and stuff like that, and losing enough blood that I wasn't sure if I was going to stay conscious to get to the back, and I was laughing. I have pictures of it. I was laughing during it. My self-preservation skills are not what they should be, but especially as he was growing up, if Frax got a cold, I wouldn't sleep at night. If he had a cold, I would be up all night getting back up to go into his room and listen to how his breathing was and stuff. My overall fear is something happening to my family. Outside of that, I don't have any real big fears. That's definitely the one. When is my birthday till the end of time? September 22nd. Let's see. Stormstar says, I bet this has been asked hundreds of times before, but what or who made you want to become a YouTuber? I speak for all of us when I say we're happy it did, and when did you know it was a good choice? I had a YouTube channel since, about 2006. I still have it. It's just the regular Curtis Candy one. I just used to post stuff on it. But getting serious about YouTube was 2011, and it was simply because Brax and I played tons of Call of Duty, and we watched Call of Duty videos, and they were dominant on YouTube at the time. Well, all the players were really, really good, and I sucked. Bad. I mean, I sucked severely. And we thought, hey, let's make videos about somebody who sucks, so the people that are being the victims instead of the victimizers have somebody to watch too. It was just tongue-in-cheek, just for laughs. So we made that video. I made a video of all my kills over 5 matches, which amounted to 1. And I still remember that one was where I just shot into the dirt, some dirt that had kicked up, and I got somebody. And then from that, we played some other things. We played QWOP early on and different things like that. And it's just morphed over the years with whatever we wanted to do. We talked to chatbots for a while. We did Omegle vids, whatever, kind of go with the flow with it. But that's how it all got started. Hard to believe it was, wow, 11. So in May, it'll be 9 years already. Holy crap. Embarrassing moment you had or seen in wrestling? The first thing that always pops to mind. Well, I'm not going to mention his name because I'm not going to shit on the guy. He's an all right dude. Dude popped a boner during his match. It was noticeable. He had on tight trunks and he popped a boner. And the guy that was in there with him was a young kid. So after the match, he was a little taken aback by it, but he didn't feel like it wasn't his place to say or do anything about it. Me and one other guy at the time were like the locker room bosses. I wasn't pleased. You can say, okay, it's a natural reaction, but it's like there's something wrong with you that you're popping a boner during a wrestling match. The guy who was the other locker room boss thought it was more of a breach of that trust that you're supposed to have for one another, and he did bitch slap him around a little bit. And I did not intervene because I get where he was coming from. So yeah, that was pretty embarrassing for that guy. As far as me, embarrassing moments. Oh, you said you had or seen, yeah. Let's say because you know how hard it is to embarrass me. That's what makes it tough, because I just don't embarrass easily. On the Montreal Screwjob, I go a little bit out of the norm there with the Montreal Screwjob, Sean, because it was as much on Bret. The thing Bret doesn't like to realize is his pop had dropped. He wasn't that over anymore. I don't like Shawn Michaels. I like Bret Hart a lot more. But the fact of the matter is, Shawn made more sense as champion. Now, I understand what Bret's saying about, well, you don't do it in Canada in front of my hometown. Yeah, that's kind of bullshit. It's a business. Look, it's all what I taught everybody and what I always lived by. Like I told you guys, I never changed the course of a match because there were only going to be 10 people out there. If there were 10 people or several thousand, it didn't matter. Somebody paid their money to come see it. It's about telling the story. It's about giving the people that paid their money a good time and doing what's right for the business. And Bret didn't want to do it. Do I think it could have been handled better than what Vince did? Yes. But do I think Bret is without fault? No, not at all. I think Bret should have dropped the title and then gone on over to WCW. That's my look on it. My take on it, I'm sorry. Wolverine says, look for last post. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can find that quick. Slowly recovering from my drinking problem. You had told me about that, Wolverine. Put me in a dark place. I gave it the bottle. That's good. Had good and bad days. Had friends like Poppy and Rowan help. It's helped focusing on friends. Oh, I think so. Anytime you're up against something like that, when you can focus on friends, yes. I absolutely believe that helps a lot. Let's see. Bret screwed Bret. Yeah, Cesaro. I mean, I missed the super chat, or did I? Okay, hold on, because let me catch up. I got Thomas's right there. Oh, I just haven't gotten. I haven't gotten through all of them yet. Thoughts on Montreal Screwjob? Okay, yeah, we're caught up. Our match is choreographed or improv or both. No, well, they're choreographed in that. Don't we know who's going to win and lose, because we're trying to tell that story. Typically, what you'll do in a match is you'll put together the beginning, the end, and what we call a couple high spots. A couple big moments in there to really pop the crowd, and then you'll call the rest of the match. That would be more of improv. You're calling it to one another as you go. Depends on how. There's a few guys that I worked with so much and was so comfortable with, didn't need to put much of anything together. Me and my buddy Hoffman, we were both pounders. So when we would work a match, we'd know what the start was going to be, we'd know what the finish was going to be, and then we would just fight. I mean, we landed a lot of real punches, a lot of real kicks, just kicked the shit out of each other, and then we'd bring it home. So, but it's certainly a combination of both. Put it that way. Dragon Sphere says, can you do a top 5 most hated stream, like top 5 favorites? I don't know. We wouldn't if we get a specific a specific hated, yeah, we might be able to do that and have you guys help me figure out who I hate the most. We might be able to do something like that. Thomas says, are you going to do any hypnosis videos? I learned meditation. Want to try something new. I don't know when. I put them up there every so often. As you've seen, there's a few, all over the channel. Meditation and self-hypnosis are very, very similar. The biggest difference, as I always say, is, at least with me, with hypnosis, I'm explaining to you why what's happening is happening. Whereas with meditation, typically an instructor just wants to take you through it and get you to that elevated state and blah, blah, blah. And to me, I don't see it as an elevated state because I know what's going on with the brain. I'm just trying to get you into that state of pure focus. And that's what it is. But basically, they're the same thing. I prefer my method, obviously, or I wouldn't do it, only because I like understanding the science of what's going on, and that we're not reaching for something mystical. We're doing something that we're all capable of. Chrome, maybe he just really, really liked fighting. Me, yes, I did. I don't know who you were responding to, but yes, I really, really liked fighting. I was trying to see what was said. I was curious about what it was. Let's see. Diamond Dog, I'm too strong mentally to be hypnotized. I hope you're kidding. Because if you're not, you're way, way, way off base. Okay. I love you, Em. Who's your favorite mod? And why is it me? That was good. Well, hey, Em, we all know, all of us that were here, when we look to put on an extra mod, typically whenever you ask any large group of people things, you're going to get different opinions. We're looking for another mod. It was still during Naruto, wasn't it? I think it was. But anyway, we figured we needed more. I said, well, you guys are here with me all the time. Who do you guys think I should mod? And it was like it was one of the most the biggest tidal wave of opinion to go one direction we've ever had. Oh, now we're talking. We're gonna talk Disney World. My favorite Disney World snack. Oh, god damn, Sean. That's tough. Well, you guys all know my favorite meal is the pizza in Italy. I say that ad nauseum. The only reason it bothers me, I'm gonna forget something. Can I list a couple? Every time we go, I have to get the as much as I hate cheese. Now figure this out, because you guys know how I typically hate cheese. For some reason, the cheese popcorn that they have there is fucking delicious. Outside of that, probably those goddamn Mickey bars. Both the chocolate and the ice cream are so creamy, so rich, so goddamn good. Those are the two things that pop right in mind. I also like they have the Goofy snack selection. It's like Goofy Candy Company. All the different candies. They have some sours, balls. I like balls. They have sour balls that are just fantastic. All right, hold on. The guy that popped a boner in the ring with another dude was it Pat Patterson? No, it wasn't Johnny. Although, yeah, we all know Pat's history. It's entirely possible he may have done that as well. Chrome says, "Oh yeah, I saw the reaction went up, downloaded already, so we'll see it after the stream. Do you remember the post-credit thing? I did. You're going to be proud of me. It'll be fun to see the reaction. Also, you know what's next month. Yes, I did, and I'm telling you, Chrome, it was really cute. I thought the story was cute, and I liked a lot. Well, I don't ruin the reaction for you. I liked the familial interactions a lot. Sounds goofy, but those are the three that pop right to mind. Let's see. Steak and cheese inside a pickle, Hot Pocket style. Bro, get on my level. Persona. Ooh, what? In a pickle? Oh, I hate pickles. Oh, well, there's a lot of things I hate though. And even now steak sandwiches, Persona. Like, if we go to one of the if we go to Philly cheese, because there's different little Philly cheese outlets around here, I get them without cheese. I just steak on a bun. That's it. That's how fucking boring I am. Jacob, if you were forced to go on a date with any of Brandon Rogers' characters, who would you go on a date with? My Japanese girlfriend. Duh. That's an easy one. Front butt only. uh, Wonder Woman or Supergirl? Supergirl. Wonder Woman's cool and all, but Supergirl to me has always been hotter and I think freakier. Oh, come on, biggest screen. I'm gonna get what is Shark Boy's name? I'm gonna get it. I'm not gonna look. You guys see how long it takes me to come up with it this time. It'll come to me. I've been working on this. Shark Boy Daywalker. Kisame. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. That was only a few seconds. Ooh, Morgan. Curtis hates cheese, he says, as I sit here eating pepper jack dipped in blue cheese. Oh, yeah. I can't even think about that. Arthur says, here's an extra $2. Says, thanks for the deep question. Well, thanks, Arthur. I appreciate it. No, but again, that's the only reason I hesitate to say that too often, unless I'm directly questioned about it, is because I don't want it to seem like I'm like if somebody else can't do that they're coming up short or not. It's not for everybody. It's just that's the way I've always seen things. It's just too short. I just want to be. I want my life to be fun. I want to be having fun. Would you like more Dragon Ball or a bridge Dragon Ball? Well, I see. It depends on what you mean by like more. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I love DBZA because of the laughs. It was hilarious. But as far as a regular stand-up series, Dragon Ball, because I love the storytelling. But I mean DBZA for the laughs. But they even go the same route with the storytelling. So it was just for the laughs that they added. Have you ever stepped on a Lego? Yes, Dirty Dan. With having several kids and now several grandkids, absolutely. Yeah, and yes, and I cried like a little bitch. If you drink any, oh yes, I like soda. What's your favorite soda? I prefer Dr. Pepper. Brack's a big fan of Dr. Pepper. Many years ago, when I was working out and staying in shape, I always liked soda too much, so I switched to the diets. Now I actually have a preference for the taste of diet just because the others became too sweet for me. So the number one soda I drink is Diet Pepsi. But the weird thing is, as far as Coke, because I'll still drink the regular ones here or there. But as far as Coke versus Pepsi, I like Diet Pepsi better than Diet Coke, but regular Coke better than regular Pepsi. But Diet Pepsi is my number one. Although I do love some root beer every once in a while. A&W root beer. What's the other? Mug root beer. I like root beers. Root beer float every once in a while is so good. Let's see. Wonder Woman for me. Supergirl strikes me as a teen or something. Yeah, I guess too, Jack Queen. It would depend on how they're drawn too. Because there's so many iterations of both of them that you make a good point. It could flex back and forth depending on who drew them. Hey, Chippy Salt. Hey, Curtis. Hey, chat. He says, feel like spreading the love instead of the virus today. Yeah, really. Just welcomed my firstborn son in the world. Hey, congratulations, pal. Good for you. It's not all doom and gloom after all. Love the channel. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And big congrats on your son. Aw, you're off on a fun adventure. There's nothing better. The saddest thing about getting older for me is that obviously I won't ever have another little one to raise. I mean, I keep telling him, now it's because my grandkids from my daughter are getting older now. They're 11 and 9. And I keep telling him he better get stepping up to the plate pretty soon before I get too old because I love having little ones around. So much fun. So great. Luke says, holy shit, someone here reproduced. It's the best. It really is. Having little ones around. Let's see. Who remembers Coca-Cola gold cans? I used to remember that stuff, Diamond Dog. I don't remember the gold. No sugar and no caffeine? I don't remember those. I remember the original, not the one they just did. The original Pepsi Clear. That stuff was pretty gross. So I remember why it sticks out in my head. I couldn't tell you. At the time, it was before I even hooked on before I started working at the place I retired from, so it's going back a lot of years. I was delivering packages for a company that's out of business now, Roadway Package System, and I had a regular lunch stop I would make down in was it Middleburg, New York? And I remember being in there one day to grab a hot dog, and I saw those new clear Pepsis and tried one. It was pretty gross. They lasted for about 20 minutes, and then he pulled them off the shelves. Just get laid already as fast. Good big screen that says. But yeah, I envy a Chippy Salt. It's so fun having little ones. I am so much into Goosebumps these days. How about you? Do you like the books? I never read the books. Belgum. I'm gonna say that wrong. Belgumri. I never read the books. I don't have. I actually enjoy reading. I never have any time for reading. I want to read. I've got the Hunter x Hunter manga on the computer here. I'm waiting to read, and I never sit down because I don't want to just read it in sections. I want to be able to read it through, and I never have that much time. I'm dying to read it. I got the manga pick up where the anime left off, but I've seen a couple of movies. I enjoyed them, and my grandson, when he was younger, he still likes Goosebumps, but he was really, really into it for a while, so I had to make sure we took him to the movies and everything. But what I know of him, I've enjoyed. Prasanna says rotisserie corned beef dipped in Nutella. Really? That seems like an odd. I can't comment on that because I've never tried anything like that. But that's it. That's a unique combination. That's something within the realm of things I would try. I mean, there are certain things with my limited taste. As soon as you say it, it's like, yeah, I ain't doing that. I'm having one of the worst days of my life. Sigil says, "Oh no." So I'm just going to smoke some reefer and binge watch your videos. Oh, I hope in some way that picks your day up a little bit, Sajil. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, me too, Cesaro. Well, he says the one, Hunter x Hunter, the one anime I've been waiting for years to be continued. I've been waiting for it to be continued as soon as we hit that last episode. God, I love that show. And I went right out and I bought the manga, the digital copy of the manga, and I got it on the hard drive and never have time because again, I don't want to read it in pieces. I want to be able to sit down and just read it. I'm trying my best to discuss what's wrong with you. Oh, Prasanna, you just had to incorporate American cheese into that somehow, and that would have done it. Then it would have been a nope. Don't give a fuck what's going on. I'm not eating it. Listen, if you said my lunch could be Sarah's Victoria pussy, but I had to eat some American cheese to get there. Well, I'd eat the American cheese. That didn't make the point I was trying to make. Never mind. Wolverine says Brax will get pregnant. His consent is not a factor. You know what show I've been watching a lot lately? Regular Show. I love Regular Show. It was so good. It did jump the shark at the end, but the earlier seasons of Regular Show were fantastic. Brax and I love them. Yeah, good one to watch. For any of you who haven't, too, I've told you guys this before. I think Mike Tyson mysteries are funny as hell too. You want to have some fun? Sit down and watch some of those. Oh God, they're freaking Norm Macdonald as Pigeon. Oh shit! All the brothels and strip clubs are closed. Bad time. Yeah, really, Diamond Dog. The Nevadans are like. See, that's the one small advantage to not being legal elsewhere in the country is at least we're not missing it as much right now. Favorite regional dish. In Jersey, we have Taylor ham. Oh, I don't know, Sean. What would be regional for me? Northeast, upstate New York type thing. I guess the best I could come up with is I love the New York style pizza. Outside of that, I can't think of anything. No, there are regional dishes, but again, I'm a bad one to ask because there's so little that I like. There are things that I'm not even into. So it'd have to be just New York pizza, I would say. Fucking Rigby and Mordecai, I have no idea why I'm digging the show lately. And I'm telling you, we loved it. I think it's fantastic. We used to laugh so goddamn. And Muscle Man, woo! Adventure Time was great too, Sergeant Renegade. It was. Adventure Time was fun. I didn't watch as much of that, but I did like Adventure Time. Johnny. Donuts with a glaze of Rosie O'Donnell's juices. Yikes. Lucas says regular show was great. I remember turning into that strangeness every time a new one popped up. I love the Last Crusade episode with the excellent hat. Yeah, I remember that one. Oh, they had some great stuff. At the end, though, Lucas, I thought they lost a little bit of their steam. There's been several cartoon series that it's like, man, I don't know why they ended that. It was still doing so well. And as much as I loved regular show, it was like, okay, they're struggling here for stories now. King Joker says, Curtis, I need help. So I was wanking to the gilf next door with my window open, and a big gust of wind closed the window, so I'm trapped by the dick. What should I do? Don't stop wanking. Don't let a window stop you. Come on. Finish. Excuse me. Yeah, I am Muscle Man. You know who else likes regular show? My mom. It was great, Em. I couldn't tell you why I liked it as much as I did either, but it was just fun. Brax and I watched that all the time. Gimster says, just got here and saw the vid title. My question is, why the hell are you so old? I can tell you exactly why I'm so old. Because the alternative sucks. That is the one and only reason why. My favorite regular show character, Arcane, probably was Muscle Man, though. He's such an idiot. My mom! How can you not love that? It was probably Muscle Man. No, I haven't seen a comic got killed yet, Mr. Stalin. I haven't. Gets mentioned in every nomination run we have, and it always gets some support too. Oh my gosh, the Perils of Penelope Pit Stop, Lucas. That's old school. I remember that one, yeah. Because Penelope, where did was it in the Street Racers there? Or what the hell is the name of the show with them all racing? Isn't that where she debuted? I think that's where he first started. I can't think. You guys will remember that cartoon. Was it Street Racers? Is that what they called it? I can't remember the name, but Penelope Pit Stop and, Muttley and the whole crew there. Prasanna says American cheese, wrapped in American cheese, dipped in American cheese. Yeah. Oh, fuck that. Wacky Racers. That's what it was. Stormstar. Yep. The was it Wacky Races? I thought it was Wacky Racers, but the Wacky Races. Yes, that's it. Okay, that's where she debuted, right? That's the first place I remember seeing her. Oh, geez, American cheese. I don't know what it is. Do I have any guilty pleasures? I don't think so, because nothing that you guys wouldn't know about, because that's the thing. I think, Arthur, with being as upfront as I am, anything that I find pleasurable, you guys know about. Do I have pleasures that should be guilty? Like, like watching, being an avid connoisseur of porn or something? I don't know. But for me, they're not guilty. The biggest guilty pleasure I could think of, and again, it's not something I would hide, is Brax and I always said it was a guilty pleasure. We both liked the song Fireflies. It's the dumbest, lamest, most ridiculous song you'll ever hear, but for some reason we both liked it. I guess that would be a guilty pleasure. But I'm not that guilty about it. Favorite bag of chips. Love hot Cheetos. You know me, Edgar. I can't eat anything hot because I'm a pussy. Depending on my mood, either the classic Lay's. I love the classic Lay's potato chips. Or Cheetos. Regular Cheetos, not hot Cheetos. And the Puffs, not the crunchy. But it depends on my mood. One of those two. Did Jack Queen... Am I missing a comment of his? I saw something. I just want to make sure Jack Queen... Oh, okay. I just want to make sure you didn't... I always worry with YouTube fucking up. I want to make sure somebody didn't post a super chat or something that YouTube charged them for and they didn't even show. Sour cream. Oof. Another thing I can't eat, Ocho. Ooh. Favorite fast food meal? Arby's. Jurassic Jr. Arby's. Sad as it is, that goddamn fake roast beef is delicious. I don't care that it's going to kill me. It's going to stop my heart someday. The last WWE event you attended. Is Brax a fan? He was, Sean. When he was younger, he was way into it. He'll watch it on occasion now. But when he was young, he was way into it. Last one I went to would probably have been one with Brax. I don't know. He's 20 now, maybe 7, 8 years ago. I would have been going to one on May 1st because now my granddaughter's a huge fan and I have tickets for it. We'd have been going to a Friday Night SmackDown. I was going to make sure you guys knew and tell you where we were sitting because we were going to be in camera range so you could watch for us. But now that got canceled. I believe, I got to double check on what they did with the tickets. I think we'll be going in September instead. I think they moved it to September. The Undertaker is great. Yeah, Mark Calloway's brilliant. Diamond Dog. Of the modern era of wrestlers, yeah, that's my boy, Undertaker. Absolutely. You gotta go, Poppy? Okay, well, thanks for being in with us while you could. Favorite Looney Tunes character? When I was young, tomboy, it was always the Tasmanian Devil. Might still be. I was always a big Tasmanian Devil fan when I was younger, and even when I used to do the local TV show I had, which was the first thing of this nature of this, because it was telephone call, and then this interactive nature. Oh gosh, that would have been over 30 years ago now. I used to talk about it quite a bit, and had a few people send me in different Tasmanian Devil items and stuff to the TV station because I was so into them. God damn it, Napa. Okay, thanks, David, for being here. Have you ever went to Comic-Con? How much was it for 2 people? Ooh, I don't remember the price of Anime God. It was not last year's, the year before. Me, Brax, and his buddy Alex went. We went to Comic-Con and Anime Fest. I honestly don't remember the price. It was the one in New York City at the Javits Center. I don't remember the price. Comic-Con was great. It was a fun adventure, and we would do it again sometime. But as far as our interests, all 3 of us liked Anime Fest, which was the day after. We liked Anime Fest even better. We had even more fun there. I don't know, Sajil. I don't like cheese. It just doesn't sit with me well. Just don't like the taste. Nothing against it. Just don't like the taste. I should, Mickey. Hey, I am from Macedonia. Big fan. Continue. Thank you. I appreciate that. I am. I've said it before. I am ashamed, and I mean this genuinely, with my lack of knowledge of world geography. Within the country, you can give me a blank map of the states and I can label everyone and stuff. Now you're gonna make me look it up because I did know where Macedonia was and I've completely forgotten. And that bothers me. That's something that I don't like, being that unaware of what's around me. Let's see. North Macedonia. Okay, at least I see the region now. So you're neighbor right up against Greece. And Albania, Bulgaria in the region, Serbia. Yeah, I see. I should have remembered. I should have at least remembered your basic location, but terrible with that. Peanut butter and jelly on jalapeno garlic cheese bread. Yeah, I like garlic bread. No cheese or jalapeno though. I wish I saw Fat Boo in the street offering him ice cream and tell him he said hi. Yeah, I know, Nasser Bell. If any of you see Fat Boo, make sure and tell him I said hi. Money, ice cream, money. Morgan says, this stream is teaching me you and I have opposite food tastes. I drown potatoes in sour cream. Well, it's on me, Morgan, because my tastes are so limited. It'll be tough to find a fat guy like me with as limited a taste as I have. It's bad. Don't like any condiments, nothing. Curtis, did you see Devil Artemis's Five Nights at Charlotte interactive video? No, I haven't seen that yet. I gotta catch up with DA. I'm dying to catch up with DA. Arthur says, don't feel bad. I don't even know U.S. geography. That at least I do. I'll give myself that. But I've lived in a lot of places in America. I think that's the only reason why. So that I know. But my world geography is piss poor. And again, it's something that I'm not proud of at all. And you would think I would remember more. Well, more often to just pull up a world map, just to have that visual in your head. So maybe the memories will stick, because I don't like being like that. Excuse me. Do you enjoy sour stuff? So what kinds of candy? Yeah, sometimes I do. Point perfect. A lot of the sour candies. Like I said, one of my favorite snacks when we go to Disney World is they have those sour balls, those bags of sour balls. Those are really good. Yeah, I do like sour stuff every once in a while. Garlic bread with melted cheese and sour cream heaven. Ooh, garlic bread, and then guys, again, most of the world, the normal world, Diamond Dog loves the cheese on it, but of course I'm not normal. Avocados, nope, don't do them. I detest tomatoes and fish. Don't like tomatoes. Fish, I got to be in the mood for, Wolverine. I'll eat fish every once in a while. Different place around the world since you've only been in the U.S. Well, that's the thing, Chrome. I'm hoping, I'm not getting any younger, but I'm hoping to someday get to travel to a lot of different places. There's so many places we want to see. And especially with having become an anime nerd, Japan now is on that list as well. And of course, the UK and the entire region surrounding the UK. Yeah, there's a lot of places we really want to see. Let's see. Just remember, people, I know that Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself, Giggity Goose says, as much as Carol Baskin fed her husband to the tigers. Hey, well, you guys, any of the gang that's been here for a while, will tell you I'm nothing of a conspiracy theorist. I think most of the conspiracy theories are silly. However, I don't think the idea that Epstein didn't kill himself is a conspiracy theory. If there's anything that's blatantly obvious by all normal, rational thought, it's that Jeffrey Epstein, the man famously on suicide watch while in prison, did not kill himself. Jesus Christ. Jack Queen, I don't like fish, but always have it when I'm cutting and trying to build. Yeah, it is good for, yes, it is good for that. Good power food. Yes, it is. Ever thought about creating yourself into an anime? I'd love to be an anime character, anime god. I would love to. Off the top of my head, I don't like pickles or olives or cucumbers. Of those 3M, I can eat cucumbers. The other two, nope. Not that I do eat cucumbers, but at least I could. That's something I could digest. All right, guys. Oh, unfortunately, I gotta go. This is a fun stream again today. I just love doing this stuff. God damn, this makes my day. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'm gonna head out. I got most of my editing done for today, but my wife and I just want. It's funny because we're all on lockdown, but it just seems like still so much stuff going on. We never get any time together, so we're gonna go down and try and watch a movie. I'm pushing for, because I've only seen it about 17 times. I'm pushing for Braveheart again. Yes, I know it's 3 hours you got to invest, but god damn, I love that movie. If not, it'll probably be something on Disney Plus. Wait a second, before I go, I won't close this quite yet. Any good I won't even tell you if I'm going to take them or not. You're going to watch a movie later today. What movie are you going to watch? I just watched Onward, Sean. Just watched it. It was good. We really liked it. But let me get Edward Scissorhands. I haven't seen that in years, Morgan. I like that. Johnny Depp might be a weird dude, but man, he's a fantastic actor. He's an actor. He's not an actor anymore, Morgan, but he's a fantastic actor. Departed, Broly movie. Yeah, my wife won't watch that. My wife actually likes Jurassic Park movies. Pulp Fiction, brilliant. My wife doesn't like it though. Debbie does Dallas. Birds 2. I didn't know they made a second Birds. Irishman. I forgot about that. We didn't see that yet. Yeah, an actor. Pulp Fiction. My wife, we've seen that. I love it. Brax loves it. My wife's not that into it. Godfather, great movies. Yep. Saw, she won't watch that. Happy Gilmore, another movie I can watch over and over and over. Terminator, Saw 3, Lord of the Rings. I don't think I could get her into. I would watch Lord of the Rings. I haven't seen it. I would watch it, but I don't think I could get her into it. Blazing Saddles, one of the greatest comedies of all times. God damn, that's good. Princess Mononoke. Tremors. Was that good? I remember Tremors. Harry Potter, Waterboy, another movie I can watch over and over and over. Donnie Bracco, Lord of the Rings. Shaun of the Dead was good. I like that, Lex. Shaun of the Dead was good. And of course, Zombieland was good. And then what was the Brax, what was that romance zombie movie?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
One of you probably know what we're talking about. The romantic zombie movie. That was actually good. Godzilla versus Mothra or Mechagodzilla 2. Your Name. You'll both love it. I've been trying to get her to watch another anime movie with me. She watched the one, Arthur. I can suggest it. I don't think she'll go for it. I can suggest it though. Warm Bodies. Warm Bodies. Thanks, Sam. That was good. Did you like it? I was surprised by how much I liked Warm Bodies. I thought that was really good. Yeah, M's right. That's what it was. Grown Ups too. Oh God, Natty, that was so bad. Oh man. And the first one was so good. I could show her the trailer. Twilight. I have no idea why I know that. M says, "Welcome to my world." The weird shit that does stick to my memory always amazes me. But that was actually sounds like a necrophiliac film, kind of chrome. It was good though. If you're looking for something to sit down and watch and be entertained, I recommend it. It was funny. It was good. All right. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate that. Gonna get down. Gonna go try. Gonna get down. Gonna go figure out what movie we're gonna watch. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thanks for making my day. I should be back again tomorrow. I don't see any reason on Sunday we won't have a stream. So hopefully I'll get to hang out with you guys again tomorrow. Everybody gather around. Gather around. It's special. It's going to be special weekend sticky stuff. What makes the sticky stuff on the weekend different from the stuff during the rest of the week? I don't know. I guess once the sticky stuff starts flying, you'll find out. Here it is. Here it is for you. Pomfu Pomfu. Some for you, some for you. Pomfu Pomfu. Sticky stuff. Saturday sticky stuff. Saturday sticky stuff just has a nice ring to it for everybody. Tell me if you can tell the difference in it from the regular week stuff. Sure. Because we'll bang, okay? Flashlight like Buggy. And as always, most importantly, please never forget, no matter what movie you watch later, goosh, 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 goosh.